So this video deals with adding fractions that have unlike or different denominators. These lower numbers of a fraction are the denominators. And when we say they're unlike, we just mean that this number and this number are not the same. If they are unlike, you can't add them as they are. The only way we can add them is if we have like denominators or common denominators. So one of the easiest ways to do this is simply to multiply these two numbers together. And the way I like to do it is I like to make a frame, or a skeleton if you want to think about it that way, of the answer to the problem. And when I multiply these together, 2 times 3 is 6. That's going to be the new denominator of both the question and the answer. Now, what we're doing is we're converting this fraction, 1/2, into a fraction that's an equivalent fraction with 6 as a denominator. So if I asked you, what is half of 6? You would say 3, and that is what's going to go here. The mathematical way we like to think about it is if you multiply the bottom by 3 to get this 6, then I also need to multiply the top by 3. That way the fraction stays the same. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. These are the same. Over here, I'm not going to multiply by 3 because that would create a 9 in the denominator, but instead I'm going to multiply by 2 because I'm multiplying by this denominator. And if I multiplied the bottom by 2, I have to multiply the top by 2 as well to maintain the same value. So 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. Now that we have common denominators, I can add them. And when we add fractions with like denominators, all we simply do is transfer over the denominator value, we don't add it, and then we do add the numerators. 3 plus 2 is 5. So in the end, 1/2 plus 1/3 is 5/6.